Today's story is about a very intelligent boy who excels in his studies. However, he has some major flaws. He doesn't talk to anyone, avoids meeting people, and has no friends. Seeing this, his parents come up with a unique solution. They hire a girlfriend for him. But what happens after that is something no one could have expected. Let's dive into this story. At the beginning of the story, we see a girl named Maddie leaving her house in a hurry. She's rushing because her car is about to be seized by a government employee named Gary. It turns out that before Maddie's mother passed away, she took a loan from the bank to build a house and left it for Maddie. Now Maddie is trying to repay that loan. She works hard during the day as a bartender and drives a cab at night. Gary, who is also one of Maddie's ex-boyfriends, has come to take her car because she couldn't pay the loan installment on time. Maddie tries to stop him, but Gary remains firm. Suddenly, a young man, wearing nothing but underwear, comes out of Maddie's house while exercising. Seeing this, Gary gets jealous. Maddie, trying to handle the situation, quickly tells Gary, "Oh, that's my cousin visiting from Italy." The young man then comes over and starts acting close to Maddie, making Gary even more suspicious. Realizing Maddie is trying to fool him, Gary gets annoyed and drives off with her car. Without her car, Maddie has no way to get around. She decides to go to work on her roller skates instead. Later, while skating, Maddie notices her car parked on the road, still hooked to Gary's tow truck. She quickly goes to the car, gets inside, and tries to drive away. However, in her haste, she forgets to untie the car from the tow truck. When she tries to speed off, the car doesn't move. At the same time, Gary comes out of a nearby shop, sees what she's doing, and takes her car back. Maddie fails in her attempt to reclaim it. After this, Maddie goes to her friends Sarah and Sarah's husband, Jim, and shares her frustration. She tells them about losing her car and her struggles with the bank loan. Sarah tries to help by searching online for second-hand cars for Maddie. But Maddie sighs and says, "I've already checked everywhere. I doubt I'll find anything better." While browsing online, Sarah stumbles upon an unusual ad. A wealthy family is looking for a girl aged 20 to 25 to be their shy 19-year-old son's girlfriend. The ad mentions that the boy is very intelligent, but struggles with socializing and doesn't have any friends. In return, the family is offering a brand new car as a gift to the girl who can help him overcome his fears and gain confidence. At first, Maddie hesitates because she feels she might be too old for the boy. But after discussing it with Sarah and Jim, she decides to give it a shot. She needs the car desperately, and this might be her only chance. We then see Maddie skating her way to the wealthy family's house. She meets the boy's parents, who explain their situation. They tell her, "Our son Percy is 19 years old and extremely smart, but he doesn't talk to anyone, never goes out, and avoids girls completely. He's scared of things like smoking, partying, or even casual conversations. In his free time, all he does is watch short videos on his phone. We're worried that if this continues, he won't be able to adjust to university life next year." Maddie listens carefully and asks, "So, what do you want me to do?" The parents reply, "We just need you to spend time with him, help him socialize, and boost his confidence. Once we see that he's improving, we'll give you the car. But Percy must never know that we arranged this. You'll have to approach him naturally and make him believe it's all genuine." Maddie agrees to the deal and heads to the shop where Percy works part-time. Wearing a striking red dress, she tries to catch his attention by pretending to adopt a dog. Maddie flirts and tries to impress Percy, but he doesn't fall for her charm. Instead, he becomes visibly nervous. Not giving up, Maddie says, "Why don't I drop you off at your house today?" Percy hesitates and declines, but Maddie insists, picking up his bicycle and putting it in her van. With no other option, Percy reluctantly agrees to go with her. As they drive, Maddie jokingly says, "What if I kidnap you instead of taking you home?" She then steers the car toward her own house instead of Percy's. So, Percy gets scared, and as soon as the car stops, he sprays pepper spray on Maddie's face. Maddie gets out of the car and says, "I was just joking with you! If I had kidnapped you, why would I bring you to my house?" Hearing this, Percy realizes he made a mistake. To make up for it, he gives Maddie a bath using the garden hose, washing off the spray. At the same time, he agrees to go on a date with her that evening. Later, we see Maddie waiting for Percy at a club. After some time, Percy shows up, but everyone starts laughing because he's wearing a formal coat with shorts instead of pants. Maddie, however, praises his unique style to make him feel comfortable. A waitress comes to their table, and Maddie orders a long iced tea for herself. Percy asks for a Pepsi, but Maddie cancels his order and tells the waitress to bring a long iced tea for him too. As they start chatting while sipping their drinks, Maddie's ex-boyfriend Travis suddenly appears. Travis, trying to make a scene, shows Percy his engagement ring and talks about his past relationship with Maddie, including how Maddie broke up with him. After Travis leaves, Maddie decides to take Percy to a beach. However, the beach was off limits after 8 p.m. Percy hesitates because he doesn't know how to swim, but Maddie encourages him. When Percy refuses to take off his clothes, Maddie boldly takes off her own and jumps into the water. Feeling pressured, Percy also removes his clothes and joins her. While they are in the water, a group of people sneaks in, steals their clothes, and starts walking away. Maddie, furious, storms out of the water in the same condition, beats them up, and retrieves their clothes. She goes back into the water and tries to get close to Percy, but Percy, feeling uncomfortable, tells her, "I feel strange doing this. I don't really know you yet." Maddie, annoyed by his response, storms out, sits in her car, and prepares to leave. Percy tries to get in the car, but Maddie refuses. She tosses his clothes out but keeps his phone, forcing Percy to hang onto the car without clothes. Despite this, Maddie drives off, and Percy clings to the car. The situation becomes chaotic when the police notice and start chasing them. To escape, Maddie drives recklessly and narrowly avoids a major accident as a train speeds past them. Later, we see them at Maddie's house. Maddie tries to lighten the mood by playing songs to attract Percy's attention, but he still doesn't fully understand her intentions. Suddenly, Percy starts feeling itchy and notices he has rashes. Maddie helps him by applying medicine. During this time, they start talking, and Percy apologizes to Maddie, saying, "Maybe it's my zodiac sign acting up, but things just didn't work out today. Let's try again tomorrow." Maddie agrees. The next day, Maddie and Percy meet again. They go to various places, have fun, and spend quality time together. Sitting in a quiet spot, they start having a heartfelt conversation. Maddie opens up about her family and how her father never accepted her. Percy listens attentively, and after a while, they share a kiss. While there, they meet Percy's friend Jody. Jody and Maddie chat for a bit, but when Percy steps away, Jody warns Maddie, saying, "What are you doing with him? He's just a kid. I know girls like you. Don't think his parents' money is his. If anything happens to Percy because of you, I won't let it slide." In the next scene, Percy and Maddie dress up and go out for dinner. At Maddie's encouragement, Percy gets on stage, plays the piano, and sings a song. His performance impresses everyone, and they cheer and clap for him. Afterward, Percy's friend Natalie approaches and invites him to a party, saying, "It's going to be so much fun. We'll both be at university soon." Percy excitedly agrees. After Natalie leaves, Percy tells Maddie, "She's such a nice girl. We'll go to the party together, and I'll also get my driving license." Percy, with a smile, tells Maddie, "I'm getting a license so I can drive myself on weekends and come to meet you." It was clear from his expression that Percy was getting deeply attached to Maddie, and Maddie was starting to realize this as well. After dinner, the two leave the restaurant, and in the car, Percy starts drinking. He suddenly confesses to Maddie, "I'm ready for you now. I've fallen in love with you, and I want to get intimate with you." Maddie, trying to handle the situation, says, "You've had a drink, and in this state, you won't enjoy your first time. Let's save it for another day." But deep inside, Maddie feels terrible. She remembers the deal she had with Percy's parents, that she's only with him because of an agreement. Percy, unaware of all this, is taking things very seriously, and Maddie begins to feel guilty about playing with his emotions. The next day, Percy confidently tells his parents, "I'm getting my driving license now." His parents are thrilled to hear this, but then Percy adds, "I have a new girlfriend named Maddie, and I don't want a long-distance relationship with her, so I'm not going to the university anymore. I'm grown up now and can make my own decisions." Afterward, Percy takes his dad's car and drives off. Once he's gone, his parents call Maddie and remind her of their deal. They say, "The deal was that you'd get a car for convincing Percy to go to university. You can take the car now, but just make sure he goes." However, Percy overhears their entire conversation through the car's operating system. He feels deeply hurt, and realizes Maddie's feelings for him might not have been genuine. Percy invites Maddie to his house, and despite knowing everything, introduces her to his parents. During dinner, he sarcastically makes fun of Maddie's age and then abruptly leaves the table. Furious, Percy takes that car with the help of his friend and crashes it into a tree. After returning home, Percy storms into his room and asks Maddie to get intimate with him. Maddie agrees. But because it's Percy's first time, it doesn't last long, and he becomes short of breath. Afterward, Percy reveals, "A tree has fallen on your car." Maddie immediately understands that Percy knows the truth about the deal. Percy, filled with anger and disappointment, says, "I thought you really liked me, but I was just a joke to you." Maddie pleads, "No, Percy, you're wrong. I really do like you. The deal was only to save my house, but I genuinely care about you and love you." Despite her explanation, Percy angrily tells Maddie to leave. Maddie returns home, heartbroken. She feels guilty for hurting Percy's emotions, while Percy goes back to his old habits, playing games and watching short videos. One day, Maddie gathers the courage to meet Percy again. She tells him, "Our friendship was real. I'm truly sorry, and I've been cursing myself for what I did to you." Maddie follows him, trying to convince him, but Percy is still angry and refuses to listen. He gets into his car, but Maddie doesn't give up. She stands in front of the car, blocking his way. Maddie pleads, "I just want to talk to you." Percy coldly responds, "I don't care about you anymore. Leave me alone," and starts driving. As Percy drives toward the beach, Maddie clings to the car, shouting for him to stop. The car suddenly veers into the sea, and Maddie falls into the water. Percy immediately stops the car, jumps out, and rescues Maddie, pulling her to the shore. Maddie, shivering and emotional, says, "I'm so sorry, Percy." This time, Percy breaks down and hugs Maddie tightly, forgiving her as they both cry. In the final scene, Percy is seen packing his bags and getting ready to leave for university. He bids goodbye to his parents and steps outside. To his surprise, Maddie is standing there with a playful smile, asking, "Does anyone need a cab?" They both laugh, and the story ends on a sweet and happy note, filled with romance and fun. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more funny and heartwarming stories.